We're getting a complex here on the show. We're the only
Taylor
ones who
toss-up
haven't
has been
got a
going for
winner.
a strong week almost, and we have not had a winner on the Roula and Ryan show yet. Sam is on till 12, and she always gets the winner.
You
Yeah.
get like, 4 winners?
Every single show.
Had a lot.
Yeah, she did a lot. Taylor Toss-Up is where we put 3 songs together. We've mashed them together, and you have to be caller 104 to get through to try and guess those 3 mashed up songs. You have 15 seconds where you must give us the exact title of each song in order. And if you don't know them all, maybe you get 1 or 2. Well, the next person for the next time knows which one is which. The last time we've done it, we haven't even gotten any of them right.
That's probably why you get winners.
Yeah, they
We do
have
all the hard
time to
work.
listen. They'll go back and listen on the
They
podcast.
only listen to my show, they told me.
That's right. So we asked for caller 104.
Big fans.
We've got caller
Shut up,
104. I just want to double check. Caller 104 mod landed on line 6, correct? That's
Yes.
who caller 104 is. Okay, line
right.
6, you're lucky today. Hi, welcome to the Roula and Ryan show. What's your name?
Hello.
Hi, is this Rachel?
Yes, this is Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Turn your radio down, Rachel, so you're not confused by delay. Congratulations, you're caller 104.
Yay!
All right.
All right, we're going to let you hear the Taylor toss-up one more time. And then after, when we tell you that the clock is starting, then you're going to start guessing the songs. Here we go.
For the ages, girl, like that. Keep it in.
Okay.
All right.
So, Rachel, you've got 15 seconds to give us all 3 songs in order with the correct title. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yes.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
The first one I think is.
Hurry up.
That's the one I'm missing.
5 seconds.
Hurry.
Second one, You Belong With Me, and then Champagne Problems.
Time.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. You got 2 out of 3. But that is not correct.
Okay.
Oh, man, Rachel. You got You Belong With Me, and you got Champagne Problems. Wow.
now it happens.
I did not think you were going to make it by the 15
Next time.
seconds. I can't. You got
Next
2 out of
time.
3.
That was intense.
So that first one was wrong that you said, unfortunately, and now there's another chance for you to try and be caller 104 again. And you'll hear it again the next time we solicit for somebody to be caller 104, and maybe that'll help you figure out what is that first song.
But not
maybe
now.
Yeah, not now. Maybe somebody listening is
Or
like,
maybe.
I know what number 1 is, and I didn't know what number 2 was. Thanks, Rachel. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we know that number 2 is You Belong With Me, and number 3 is Champagne Problems. Oh, we were so close to a winner, guys.
Now, we were going to
Rachel, we
do
really wanted you to win.
calling all moms,
It's just another thing that moms have to think about.
but we couldn't do it today because we're doing the contest. So,
Yeah. I got to win this for my kid.
so tomorrow at 7:20, I think, because this is something a lot of
You can't shut your brain
moms
off.
are dealing with, right?
And I feel like it was a woman thing, but then once you become a mom, it's like in high drive, super HOV lane, 100 miles an hour. It's super sped up that you just can't turn it off because think of all the things. Oh, and you know what's a good point about that? That years ago when Phoenix was on our show, he complained so much about how terrible his roommate was. His roommate was so sloppy and disgusting. We had like greasy finger marks on the stove and on the microwave. And when he would tell us how bad his roommate was, like one of the natural comment reactions was, "Oh my God, didn't his mother teach him right?" It always falls on the mom. Nobody says, "Didn't his dad teach him how to clean up after himself?" Right?
Maybe that's old school.
What
like,
didn't your mom teach you that?
Gender roles.
Nobody ever says, "Didn't your dad teach you that?" They always say,
Maybe
"Your mom."
back
That's
in
why
that
our brains
day-
don't shut off.
Wait,
Sam.
Ryan, you're trying to say that's old school? You don't think that happens now?
I'm sure it does, but I think
that's
back,
100% that happens now.
back in that day.
No,
you know,
back in this
I
day.
think
Right
it's
now in
still-
this day, it
You're
falls on
gonna
the
blame
mother.
the mom, not the dad.
Yeah. If some kid
You know
comes to
what?
school
You're right.
crazy dressed, they're going to say their mom let them leave the house like that?
Yes.
Not the dad. They're going to say the mom
Yep.
dressed them like that?
Like I was shocked yesterday. I saw because we went to the Woodlands Water Park, and when we were getting ready to leave,
the Woodlands Resort, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it have a water park in the
Well,
Woodlands?
they have like it slides and everything. So I'm watching a mom load up the car. She's got the kids. She's putting the bags in. Dad's just standing there talking, not doing anything. And I'm like, whoa.
That's just a lazy dad there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think,
but
I think it's
mom
true.
was
I think
doing everything.
so many women, like my wife, like she'll be up 3 or 4 times a night just taking all the problems of our kids' stuff on herself.
Can't turn it off.
And I try it, but I think maybe because I don't know, for me, because I lost my parents at a young age, I've been able to put things deep down in there. And
He just hides and locks them away in his little lockbox.
I just try and put it on my mind. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a skill I learned so I can sleep.
Are you compartmentalized?
I think that's what I do. But so many women I talk to, they can't.
Can't shut it off.
They can't
There's
shut
no
it off
off
because the
switch.
kids. Think about the kids now with texting. You guys can't get away from your kids. They're going to text you all the time.
I love that.
And they're going to tell you the things that
Or
that
gonna
bother them.
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe it's not that big of a thing, but they keep sending it to you, and you think it's a big thing, and you think about it more than they do.
I'm not in that vibe yet. Like
Like if
my
they're having a
kids
bad
aren't
day at
texting
school,
me
they don't
things.
want to go to school. They're like, oh, this person's I don't want to go to school, Mom. I hate this place. I don't want to go here.
So then you
But
start
they go,
carrying that.
You text it. You think about that all day about, oh, I hope they're having a good day at school. And maybe they forgot about it. They're having fun.
Oh, I'll tell you
Yeah.
exactly how this works, Eric. Right here on the Roula and Ryan show, we were in the next room recording something. My daughter was 4.5 years old. She was at little preschool. They call me while we were working to tell me that my daughter put her hand on an asp. You know what those are?
Oh, yeah, they
Those
sting.
furry things that are full of 1,000 rocket needles.
Look cute.
And I can
Bad.
hear her crying in the background. And my mom brain, because we were right in the middle of doing something that I could not break us,
Yep.
that I was like, okay, I'll be there as soon as I can. So I know she's screaming, crying at pre-K or whatever, little Mother's Day. I know she's screaming, crying. And I can't just like ditch y'all. I can't be like, okay, I have to walk out. Bye, guys. I guess we'll try this again another day. And y'all be like, what? Where are you going? And I still think about that. Alexander screaming through the phone because of the asp. And that's the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night. Like, not right now today. Like, well, I remember when she was 4 and that. But I'm just saying it's another thing that it doesn't get put on you. It gets put on us.
As they get older, then there are more problems, bigger problems.
Sure. Yeah. Like little things that
School
you didn't
drama.
do right, or maybe you did do right. You can't control it. You don't want them to hurt. You don't want them to be stressed out, but they got to take on some kind of strife in life.
So maybe
But
7:20 tomorrow.
Yeah.
After
Okay.
Revenge, we can.
So
anybody,
tomorrow.
any
Deep
mom
dive into
listening
that.
who can shut it off? I don't think
if you
so.
want, call the listener line.
Yep, 713-278-VENT.
How you're feeling, but keep it under a minute, and then we can play some of them tomorrow as well.
Okay.
Because
do
coming up
that.
next, we have Roula and Ryan's Roses update. Remember last week when Jackie was so mad at Paul because he told his wife, I don't know who Jackie is. She's crazy.
Well,
After
Jackie
Jackie
dated
found
Paul.
out she was the other woman for a year, had no idea he was a married man. Yeah, she got her revenge on Roses. You're going to hear the original, and we'll get an update from her since that phone call next on the Roula and Ryan show.
Now, time for a Roula and Ryan's Roses update.
We're going to do this on the air.
104.1 KRBE.
Okay, definitely a strong parental advisory. There
As
was a
always. As
lot
always.
of profanity on last Thursday's Roula and Ryan's Roses.
Yeah.
Jackie and Paul, they dated for a year, and then she found out she was the other woman.
That was just
Yes,
from
for a
Ryan.
year. She thought, wait, what?
That was Ryan just cursing.
Yeah,
Right.
I was really mad
Blankety
too.
blank.
No,
Yeah,
but
you go to krbe.com to find out, to help get us to help you find out if your mate's cheating or not. And Jackie found out she was the other woman, but she came to us not for that reason. She came to us to prove and redeem her
he's
name.
doing it still.
Because Paul, once Jackie realized, wait, you're a married man? I'm going to tell your wife. He had set it up with his wife, Dana, that some crazy woman's going to tell you she's the other woman. She's crazy. And Jackie has been so mad that she was made to look like the crazy lady. So she wanted to prove that this guy is still cheating. Even though they broke up, there's no way he's just being faithful to his wife, Dana. So she asked us to call him up and offer him a hotel overnight
Yeah, Rose
situation.
is not enough. She wanted to prove that he's still taking chicks to hotels.
Yeah, so if you missed how that happened, this is a quick little recap of Jackie listening in as I'm having a conversation with Paul about where he wants to go on a staycation and who is going to be the partner that he's taking along with him. Here's what he said.
Yeah, sure. Samantha.
Okay, got that. And there's one more thing I need to ask you before I let you go for the day.
Yeah.
Paul, do you know a woman named Jackie? Because you're actually on the Roula and Ryan show. You're on 104.1 KRBE. Jackie is on the line with us. Jackie, tell him what's going on.
I got you. I got you, you f***. I got you, you piece of shit.
Oh,
I finally got you in a position. Because that's not your wife's name, you That's not your wife's name, you
oh my God.
How do you feel now, asshole?
Jackie's a crazy please. She don't know her from her elbow.
Oh my God. But your wife's name is Dana.
Whatever. That. It doesn't matter.
You're the crazy one, you face.
Oh my
I got a
God.
face in it.
You got what you wanted. You have the audio. He said the first and the last name. We can give you the clean audio so Dana can hear the name, see if she knows the lady.
Why the would you do this?
You took a year of my life, you mother. I can't believe you made me look crazy all this time.
Jeez.
You away a year of my life.
You know what I can't
You
believe?
evil
You know
son
what I
of a
can't
bitch.
believe? I cannot believe I put up with your for a year.
Wait, so you're admitting
You just got him on tape. He just said he was
Oh,
with her for a
it?
year.
We got you, blank face.
I can't believe I put up with you for years. What you just
Oh,
said, Paul.
dude.
Take it
See,
off.
and he's stupid,
Do you
and he's
think-
stupid
listen,
too.
Call another radio station and call someone who gives a
Well, as Miranda Priestley says, that's all.
Yeah, he just hung up.
We're just going to turn down his line, but we don't need to because he's off the air.
Jackie, you got him.
You
Dead
have
to
Twice.
rights.
Two things. You have two things. You have the name of the lady, and he said he can't believe he put up with you for a year.
That's right. Vindicated.
You've got to talk to Dana. You've got the. We'll make sure you get the clean audio. Okay,
Yes.
you don't even have to go for the podcast. We'll arrange it so you get the unbleeped version,
Yep.
and she can hear his voice.
Oh, the Revengey Roses. You have succeeded,
I love it.
Jackie. Wow. That's really something. You're going to have to call us back and tell us what happened. Can we check in with you on Monday?
Yes, please. I hope she's smart enough to listen this time.
Yeah. Well, the question is, was she?
Was she?
Was
Let's
she?
find out because we've got Jackie back on the phone, and let's get all of our questions answered. Good morning, Jackie.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, my
Good
gosh, I've been
morning.
waiting
So,
for this one,
Jackie, what happened? Did you go and talk to Dana?
I did. I presented her with all of the very clear evidence you had turned over to me, and I made her listen to everything.
Did you email it to her, or you saw her in person and played it on your phone?
She didn't want to see me in person. But I made sure, I said, listen, this is going to make a difference. Just hear me out. And she accepted that. So I was able to email the audio to her, and then we had a chat on the phone afterwards.
Okay.
What'd she say?
I'm going to be honest with you. After all was said and done, she's like, I'm going to still have a talk with him. I don't quite believe that this was him. He got to her before I did.
His voice,
he got
like,
to her before
it wasn't
I
like
did.
a normal
No, his
voice.
voice was very
Very distinct
distinct. Plus, how did you get his real phone number if he didn't know you?
So, once again, he's super clever, and he just told her a bunch of lies, and that how I'm the one that's super smart, and I found a way to make him look bad with technology. He blamed it on, like, AI.
Oh,
AI?
You
Oh, my
created
God.
AI audio file of his voice saying that.
I think she might even be questioning if I'm crazier now. Like, this wasn't enough.
Oh, man. Now she is going to think you're
Well,
crazy.
let her.
Well, look, she
That's
did
her
say-
problem
Yes,
now.
screw it
You've
then.
done your
It's
due
true.
diligence.
But you did say
Yeah.
she's still going to talk to him, but he has convinced her that you have deep faked some kind of audio
If he's that
file of
smooth,
his
he had
voice.
time to talk to her as soon as we were done.
Of course.
Yeah, he went ahead and talked to her, and he gave her this whole song and dance, and that, that was all, like, made to look like him and sound like him and make him look bad, and I've been planning this.
Well, also what we don't know, Jackie, or maybe you know, but what we don't know is we don't know how high the stakes are for this woman. How many kids do they have? Kids? How many kids do they have? Do they have? Some people don't want to.
Maybe she just looks the other way.
Because
true.
they've got too much invested in their life they built together. So, I mean, you got it out there. You gave her the file, whether she believes it or not. You can at least still feel vindicated and take a breath that you are not crazy.
Exactly. And for all the listeners out there that are single and, maybe want to give me a chance now, they know I'm not, out of my mind. So.
I wouldn't bring
Yeah.
this up on dates, though.
Yeah, maybe
I wouldn't say,
Oh,
can you believe this
yeah.
guy I dated for a year made me the mistress? And then
Well, I wouldn't bring that up at all because
at all. Down the road, I'd be like, I want to hear this story.
Maybe,
Yeah, down the
but
road.
how did you miss those signs for a solid year? You never saw
Yeah.
his place.
Well, aren't you blinded by love or something? Love is blind.
This time, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to have, like, dinner at his house and drive in his car and just make sure,
You're going to overdo it, and then this guy's going to break up with you, future guy.
He's gonna be like, "You're a little too possessive."
you got to find the happy
Can't
medium
win,
there,
can
Jackie.
ya?
Got to find the happy medium there, Jackie. So
Good luck.
to you, and thanks for checking in back in with us. We were all so curious. Thanks for answering those questions.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's true. She's still not sure. She thinks it's AI, but again, how high are the stakes for Dana? We'll see.
People thought we had AI traffic last week.
Oh yeah.
They're so happy Becca Parker's back. Like, what happened?
And it'll be like, oh, we missed you. I'm like, wow.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
one
You don't know
lady-
what you got till it's gone.
One texter did say, I sure do miss that Southern Charm lady.
Oh, yeah.
The Southern Charm lady. You just want her to bake you some biscuits.
Some
Okay.
biscuits.
Gravy.
Coming up next, Macaulay Culkin has announced that he is going to do something that Ralphie from A Christmas Story did years ago here in Houston regarding the movie Home Alone. Also, Jimmy Fallon has taken, finally, we've always wanted like 4-day work weeks. Yay. Well, Jimmy Fallon started doing that, and he gets paid like $50 million.
Are you
damn.
kidding me?
We're going to talk about that and more. And there's a commercial that Eric, I have not heard it, but Eric said there's an 80s commercial. Is it
Okay.
awkward?
No, just, I mean, if
okay.
you're immature like myself, then you'll laugh at this commercial that was
Oh,
actually
Lord.
played in the 80s.
Can you give us a hint as to
Television
what the
commercial.
product is?
It's a boating company.
A boating.
Like, if you want to buy a boat, this boat, you're going to love this
So
boat.
if you're watching TV in the 80s, and maybe you saw a preview for coming soon to theaters, The Goonies, You may have seen this commercial about
Oh,
boating.
yeah. And the Goonies,
also-
yeah.
And there is Goonies news, too. We'll give you all that and more in Scoop next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
From the Bell.
I'm pleased to introduce Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taquerias Arandas. And if you are curious as to when's the Taylor Toss-Up going to happen, well, the Taylor Toss-Up happens between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We give you 5 chances in that window to try and guess 3 Taylor Swift songs within 15 seconds. And that makes you a finalist for the Eras Tour when it comes back to Miami. And we pay for the airfare, we pay for the hotel, we pay for the tickets. Now, we did have a chance to do it, right? 7:02 a.m. Boom, right inside the window. We had a Taylor Toss-Up. Now, the contestant Rachel only got 2 of the 3 songs, unfortunately.
She got a lot. 2 out of 3, though.
That's major, but I'm
we
just
need
saying,
all 3.
I need all 3. So the next Taylor Toss-Up, whenever that happens, if you heard Rachel's attempt, you know 2 of those 3 songs. If you are a KRBE VIP insider, you know the exact time the next time is going to be because we email you the times. So go to krbe.com and register to become an insider, and we will email you those times. It's not instant. Got to get processed. So don't think you're going to do it right now and get it for like the next 30 minutes. When are those times? I'm going to process that. Data processing.
Yes.
Data processing.
So, I just
Taylor Toss-Up.
what happened on my computer?
I don't know what you just
no.
did.
Down
What'd you
in
just
5
do?
seconds. Oh,
I was doing this a lot. I'm waiting for this to become an Instagram or TikTok reel. Hold on. Let me put my mic down on my countertop. Hold on. Listen.
Okay.
Like I'm crossing something out.
you drive everyone nuts
Because
in
I
here.
was doing that for so long to see if anybody said, what is that noise?
Roula and I were just making eye contact while she was doing that.
You can't
and
see from
nobody
your
was
angle.
looking.
I know. It's so
No,
funny.
but I can tell what she's doing.
Thank you. Okay, so one other thing I want to mention before I get into the stories I told you to talk about is I am conditioned by the Roula and Ryan Show. Do not talk about what you're watching if you really don't want to know, because somebody, Ryan, is going to spoil it for you.
He is
And
the
I
spoiler.
started watching Perfect Couple, and I made myself stay up till midnight last night to finish it.
Wait, you
You
finished,
finished it?
I finished it.
trying to
I
save
did
it.
not want you guys to spoil it for me.
How many episodes are there?
6.
8 or 6?
6, I think.
Is it? I don't know. I didn't want to look.
I'm only
I
like
didn't want to find
3.
out. Yeah.
I didn't
Oh
start-
my gosh,
I didn't
it's
start it
so
yesterday.
Good, right?
6 straight hours?
No, really.
It was over
in
the
my
weekend.
life, heck no.
Okay.
I think I started on Thursday, and I didn't know if it was old or not. This is with Nicole Kidman,
It
Lee
just came out
Schreiber,
like
It says
Thursday.
new.
Dakota
Fanning.
not Johnson.
Oh, Dakota Fanning's in that?
Yeah, Dakota Fanning is in that.
She's the pregnant girl.
No,
the
I
real
know. It took me like 3 episodes today. Is that really Dakota
I didn't
Fanning?
realize
It
that
is.
was her.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning. So it's just I'm just not gonna say anything. It's called The Perfect Couple. I'm not gonna say anything because nobody told me anything about it.
So good.
and it's very
Only thing
enjoyable.
I'll
If
say is-
nobody knows you,
They have this dance scene they would do every time. I love
The
it.
intro, I
Sam
skip
hates
it.
it.
Intro. It's
Sam
so
hates it.
stupid. I hit
I skip
skip
it. Me
every
too.
single time.
Skip.
Like as soon as it's like,
skip.
would you like to skip this? Yes.
No,
it's the
Oh, so
stupidest
it's the
thing
opening
ever.
theme?
It's like
Yes.
20 seconds. It's them dancing.
them
and fun.
dancing on the
None of
beach.
them wanted to do it, but the main guy,
Lee Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber.
He's like, guys, I love dancing. Let's have this. Let's have fun.
It's like a dance mom.
No.
20 seconds
It's
long.
terrible.
And also,
It's got
y'all,
Meghan Trainor's
y'all should be
song.
proud of me. Oh, is that Megan Trainor's song?
Yeah, it's their song, Criminal or what's the name of it? I forget the name, but
I don't
Well,
know.
y'all should be proud of me because when I saw Perfect Couple come up on Netflix and I realized it's a murder mystery, you know, I saw the first, like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so or whatever it is I watched. And you know me. I'm like, let me go to the last episode and just see who did this.
don't do that.
And then I almost did it. I almost did it.
Why
and then
would
I was
you
like,
Why would you ruin it
because
like that?
sometimes I just don't have time and I don't know if I'm invested. I'm like, I
So
don't
you
have
know
time
the
investment.
ending right off the bat, and that makes you want to
I've
go
done
back
that
and
so
watch
many
it?
shows. And sometimes I'll go backwards. That's how Bridgerton, I think, happened. I don't know, some other show. Anyway, it's worth it to not do that. I did not go to the end episode. I've watched every episode, and it's very
What's
good.
hard is to guess who is the murderer or
So
whatever.
it's a murder mystery.
But in many of these
It's a
things,
murder
because
mystery.
they're never going to show you enough to really put the pieces together. You know what I mean? You can pick up clues, but
Yes.
they're going to hold stuff back no matter what
It's so
to surprise you.
Good murder
very
mysteries are fun. You know, we almost watched that. We were about ready to start, but
Watch
instead
it.
we
I just said we all
I
just
gotta
did it.
stop
Why
We
you
all
do
just
that?
watched that.
I got to stop doing it. Me and my fiance.
Or just say you watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or I watched it. I never watched alone. So we ended up watching the Rebel Ridge, which is new on
that is
Netflix.
Rebel
It's
Ridge.
right next to it. Like on my algorithm, it shows it right next to, you know, the Nicole Kidman thing. And it is amazing, y'all. If you're just looking, Eric, you'd like it. It's just like, it's kind of feels like First Blood a
Nice.
little bit from the 80s.
Watch that.
But it's more intelligent, and it deals with, you know, obviously there's a lot of racist overtones in it. So it's educational, but it's also like really
Racist or racial?
you know, it's a black guy and he's in a small town and he's being profiled and the crap that he has to endure. but then we learned that he's ex-military.
Spoiler alert.
Doesn't have to be a small town.
Oh, here comes
What's Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
that's
Yesterday
why
with the
I
Miami
couldn't-
Dolphins.
Really
I know,
good.
right?
It's really good. It's called Rebel Ridge. I think
All right.
you'll enjoy it.
Let me get to this story about what Macaulay Culkin is doing. That if you remember years ago, Peter Billingsley did the same thing. Peter Billingsley is now a director. He's been in a lot of different things, but he's originally Ralphie from A Christmas Story. And at the time, in 2010, I was pregnant with my first child, and he came to Houston to do a Christmas Story screening at Alamo Draft House on Highway 6, which at the time I didn't realize his brother owned that. So he did his brother a solid. My husband and I went to go watch A Christmas Story, and at Alamo Draft House, they give you a meal. The meal was all Christmas Story related, like the purple cabbage and the mashed potatoes and all that stuff. And afterwards, we got to meet Peter Billingsley, and he did a Q&A in front of the theater with all these questions about filming Christmas Story. Well, he's done well with that, obviously. Christmas Story still does the 24-hour, TBS still does the 24 hours on Christmas Eve of A Christmas Story. And now Macaulay Culkin's getting in that game. On November 30th, he's starting a tour just like that. He's going to go to theaters. You will watch a screening of Home Alone. Afterwards, there will be a Q&A with Macaulay Culkin, and then you can meet him and take a picture.
It's his own Macaulay Con.
Macaulay Culkin.
It'd be fun to watch.
It's called The Nostalgic Night with Macaulay Culkin. It starts in Buffalo, New York. It ends in Medford, Massachusetts, and it's all East Coast. It's in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's going to go to Reading, Pennsylvania. It's going to go to Newark, New Jersey. It's going to go to Detroit, Michigan.
Pennsylvania. That's so funny.
Oh,
That's
is
like
it
the
Erie?
worst way. No,
Am I saying it wrong? Oh, no.
Just a bad.
you just don't want to be there. There's nothing
cold.
there. It's real cold.
Lake Erie.
It's
Yeah, he's kind of picking some real random
That's why I
little
was surprised by
towns.
you saying that.
Yeah,
Well, I'm sure
I
they
mean,
did the research.
It's Johnstown, or is it Jones? It's Johns town, but you know how names are different.
Yeah.
Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Am I saying it right? Johnstown.
I have no idea where that's at.
Nor
Yeah,
have I.
Akron,
that.
Ohio, Milwaukee, Rosemont, Illinois,
Yeah, that's where I was.
Indianapolis,
I first
Evansville.
watched wrestling.
Yeah,
Rosemont Horizon.
Louisville.
Could you imagine how strange that must feel for him, though? So Macaulay Culkin is 44 years old. It would be like if any of us decided that we were going to tour America, at age 44 and say, well, here I am at age 7.
That's not
and
weird at
do
all.
a Q&A on what you were like at age 7.
The thing that he
Yeah,
has,
awesome.
every single project
But could
Macaulay
you
Culkin has
remember
done his
that much?
entire career comes back to Home Alone with fans.
He was 7? I thought it was like 10 or 11.
Was he that old?
Well, how many
I think he
years
was
has
8
been?
in Uncle Buck, so he was 10 at Home Alone.
He was
Because they
10?
found him from Uncle Buck.
He looked younger than 10.
So if you want to go to the Home Alone tour and find a way to get there, go to those cities, because it's not coming to Texas. It's homealonetour.com.
I bet if it's successful, really, he'll do it.
He was
A lot
10
more
when he
Christmas time.
shot to
So
fame
he's
in
still
Home
at the
Alone.
10.
Yeah.
Wow.
And speaking of like nostalgic things, the Goonies, 40 years after it hit,
happening?
originally, they are going to do a sequel.
Yeah.
There is a
finally.
green light for the Goonies
Sam,
sequel
don't be
40
funny.
years after the original production.
Wait, is Josh Brolin going to be in it?
Let's see. The cast who are reportedly expected to return include Sean Astin, Josh Brolin, Jeff Cohn, who's Chunk, Corey Feldman, who was Mouth, and Ki Wei Kwan, who was up for an Academy. Did he win the Academy Award? Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did
won.
for
Yeah,
everything
he
up
won.
all at once.
Yep.
He was Data. Let's see. John Matuzak, who played Sloth, passed away at the age of 38 back in 1989, so obviously no Sloth. But there will be a sequel for The Goonies in theaters as soon as 26 or 27.
They could do a slot, though, because he was wearing so many prosthetics.
Yeah, they
It
could
didn't
just
look
have
like
somebody
a
else
real
play him.
person.
They're going to develop ideas, and they say and they're going to develop the possibilities of where they could take the sequel.
Because
Because they're endless.
Spielberg's part of it. I thought I heard.
Oh, if he's
It
behind
doesn't say that here, but if that's
I
what you
thought I
heard,
read
I'll go with that.
somewhere. But if he's part of it, then it would be legit.
I would think that Josh Brolin would be the hardest get because he's such a busy, active actor.
That's what's fun about it.
Yeah, but I
He's
think
like,
he
yes.
knows that's what kind of put him on the map.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, brand.
Remember he was riding that bicycle?
What year did Goonies come out?
It was 40
I don't
years
know.
ago. so
And
it's
he was
1984.
really hot in that movie. Josh Brolin.
Well, I mean, he's just he's
Still a good looking man.
He's turned into a good-looking man too. He
I
was
mean-
cute as a teenager. He was a
He's
good-looking man. as he
Thanos,
got older.
Kevin.
Not cute as Thanos.
Kevin's
no.
like, I don't know who Thanos is.
No, what are you talking about?
So we'll get to the retro commercial in a second, but let me throw this too. The Tonight Show is going to 4 nights a week. We always say, gosh, why can't the American work week be 4 nights? 4 days, Monday through Thursday, the school week. Well, Jimmy Fallon is going to be doing that. He was the only guy doing 5 days a week of recording it at 5 o'clock p.m. with a live audience and
Just
then
shows
airing at nighttime.
Nobody watches on a Friday night.
Wow.
Are they going to
Yeah.
do a rerun on Friday, or are they
just
going
reruns.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So-
said this is a good chance to let someone try something else
Yeah, have a different show
on
on
Friday
Friday.
night.
And don't forget, Jimmy Kimmel started a few years ago just taking the entire summer off. and having other people host for him. That's when I learned that Sebastian Maniscalco had come to Houston to stay at JJ Watt's house, because Sebastian Maniscalco was filling in for Kimmel in one of her summer weeks that he was out, and he had JJ Watt on. And he talked about, wow, you had monogram bathrobes for us. And JJ Watt's like, I don't ever have guests, so I just wanted to go all out, but I'll never have guests again.
Because we had him on, Sebastian. You asked him about that.
Yeah.
What about Beetlejuice too? Didn't you say him?
Beetlejuice made $110 million this weekend, which is such a shocker. It is the second biggest September opening of all time, behind It, which debuted with $123 million in 2017.
Wow.
It is the third biggest opening of the year, behind Deadpool and Wolverine, which made $211.4 million, and then Inside Out 2, which made $154.2 million. Anybody see Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice can text me at 37530. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just
Earlier, you asked, the text came in, and I didn't see any positives about it.
Oh,
No?
really?
Yeah.
Is it one of those things
I
where
didn't
it
see
made
one
110
positive.
for the
Positive.
curiosity, and then it's going to drop significantly in the
The only thing
sophomore
I
week?
know is that he's only on screen, Michael Keaton, 17 minutes throughout the
I don't
course
think that
of the
matters.
movie.
That's the second time you've pointed that out.
I
Yeah.
think he makes just such an impact.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
remember Judi Dench won the Oscar for Shakespeare in Love, and she was on the screen for 8 minutes.
And how long was Khan in the movie?
Not much.
Like 12 minutes.
say a
in Star
good-
Trek.
Star
Oh,
Trek
Star
sounds like-
Trek. I was like,
They
is
say
Khan
a
in Beetlejuice?
good-
Who's that?
Well-written character can have an impact,
Right.
and a good one, you're thinking about him even when they're not on screen.
Like the Joker.
Oh, yeah, Dark
Heath Ledger.
Knight.
Ledger, he's not in it that much if you really add it up.
Yeah.
But when he was.
Wow.
Damn, that was
He
terrible.
ran
You
the
know, that was
screen.
on the other day, Eric, and I came across it, and my TV was on mute. I don't know why it was on mute, but anyway, it was. And I'm looking at it, and I'm just looking at Heath Ledger on mute in the scene where Batman is talking to the Joker in the cop.
In the cell.
Yeah, in the
Holding
cell,
cell?
in the
Yeah.
holding cell. And just looking at him for those couple of minutes on mute, not even a couple of minutes, maybe it was like 30 seconds. I was like, God, I'm so sad he died.
He was only
I wonder like what would we've gotten
28.
from him. I gotta hear this retro commercial.
All right, this is something I saw on TikTok 2 days ago. It's very immature, I know, but this was a legit commercial. For some reason, I got
In the 80s.
They send me these weird. I see these commercials down my algorithm of commercials that were in the 80s, normal commercials. This is about a boating company called Johnson Boating Company.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Their theme is a little weird.
Let's hear it.
Saturday nights, distant lights, your girl and your Johnson.
You and your Johnson, a way of life for over 50 years.
At boat. You and your girl.
You and your girl, your Johnson.
Your Johnson.
That used to be a T-shirt.
I used to get those. What was it? It was Coed Naked, and then
Yes, and there was the
Big
Johnson. Yes.
Yeah,
Something
Big
about a Johnson. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
my.
something
Yeah, bigger
about
than-
the Johnson.
You are a child.
Yep.
Oh, my
A
God.
child.
Well, maybe laugh.
All right. Well, I had
Laugh.
some help is coming up, and we're going to do it right now. And after that, we're going to do what's going down in H-Town.
Yeah, we'll tell you a little bit about what storms, what kind of storms we can expect in the next 2 days. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Now,
Here we go.
time for the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Okay, so today's going to be a gorgeous day, but we're keeping a close eye on the Gulf of Mexico where potential tropical cyclone 6, PTC 6, has formed. The system does not have a defined center, which is why it's not a named storm yet. They believe it is expected to become Francine by
It doesn't
tonight.
have a defined center, but people got text messages that you might lose power.
Oh, yeah. I got that Centerpoint text.
Oh, man, they're really
Centerpoint
getting ahead of it.
Energy's new outage tracker map, by the way, went live over the weekend after the original one went down back in the derecho in May. So Centerpoint added the new tracker would be more customer-oriented, provide more complete information during the storms, and handle increased demand during weather events. So you got that one too, huh? The Centerpoint
I didn't
text?
get it. My
I did.
friend screenshot and sent it to me because she stays with me usually when we lose power. She goes, "Oh my God, are we gonna move in with you guys?"
Yeah, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm still like worried about losing power. The state has activated additional emergency responses. Governor Abbott said, in part, Texans are urged to take necessary precautions for potential tropical weather, including remaining weather aware, monitoring road conditions, and having an emergency plan to ensure the safety of themselves and their loved ones. Southeast Texas could face tropical storm-like conditions on Wednesday. All the current data suggests that the biggest impacts will be to the coastal cities because the center is expected to be closer to the coast. Our very own mayor posted over the past few days, key city departments, including the Houston Fire and Police Departments, Public Works, Solid Waste, Homeland Security, and other agencies have reviewed emergency plans and are prepared to activate them if needed. I just don't want another storm, y'all.
Especially now with how glorious it feels outside. So nice. Usually when it's hot and the waters are warm, we're thinking, ooh, that's hurricane time.
Yeah.
But now it's like we're getting the fall feels. This is not right. This weather story does not match what it feels like outside.
There's a lot of women wearing that outfit today.
Uggs with leggings and a sweater.
Yeah.
Sweater weather.
It goes up to their neck.
I did dust my Uggs off this past weekend.
Uh-oh.
And I kept looking at all these new ones I want to get, but I was like,
How much do they charge for Uggs?
Don't spend the money.
100,
like 100
at least.
Yeah, 150 is
Yeah.
like ballpark.
Wow.
There's that other one like Kookaburra or something. By Ugg.
I
Whatever
can't.
that is.
You know how like some girls only have Stanleys and they refuse
Yes.
to venture out? I will not do anything unless it's Ugg.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I will not do
Is it because you've been burned because it truly is the warmest shoe and you're from Pennsylvania?
I'm a name brand.
Oh, you follow the.
That's a guts to
With
make
that.
called Uggs because
Uggs, like ugly.
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 Yeah. And they look Ugg. And you would think it's actually kind of genius at
But it
work,
works.
Sam.
But they make so many different products. They have like everything from towels
They
to
Sam
blankets
knows.
to.
Don't you worry.
It's Ugg poor.
Think of how, Sam, think of how genius it is, whoever created the Ugg name for this shoe, because the shoes are not attractive. And you could look really slouchy and dumpy frumpy in them if you don't have the right look. And they're called Uggs. It could have been an epic
That's what I'm
fail.
saying. What they did was amazing.
But it's not an epic fail. It's cozy comfort.
Yeah, they're failing all the way to the bank.
Yep.
Yeah, they're so comfortable.
It's like Kev's
Temu.
favorite Crocs. Kev loves those Crocs.
Oh, man.
Kev,
Those
they
fluorescent yellow
they
ones we
have
got.
fuzzy ones. They have new fuzzy
do.
winter
Nothing
ones.
is going to sell me on the Crocs.
You know you're
You may
wearing
have
them
to
in
get the
private.
fuzzy
I bet
ones.
you are.
I
I'm going
am
to call
not-
Booster and ask him how
Nope.
many times you worn those Crocs you bought him for his
Secret Ugg.
birthday.
You just have to realize, Kevin, that
Slides.
most
Lean
of the
in.
world is not
Lean
walking
in.
around dressing all fashionable. Most of the world dresses down.
I know it's like the snobby people that look down on the. It's like, what was that movie? Devil Wears Prada. Those
That's
fashion
all.
people. It's like you guys think the world. We all
Revolves
worship
around you.
that fashion. Most of us don't.
Most people don't dress
Look at
that
us.
way.
Eric,
Obviously,
let me tell you, the shirt that you're wearing right this very minute that you found in the bargain basket at Academy was presented to you by the very people in this room. That is not blue. That is cerulean. It's when Oscar de la Renta
Oh,
did his
God.
fall fashion show in 2003.
Roula's Meryl
and everyone
Streep.
loved it. And the red that's on that blue, that is called
Hey, this is Cal McNair. He picked this. This is Texas.
Texans. All right, coming up next. If you've called our listener line, then you could be the star of this next segment because last week I shared a story of what happened to me at the nail salon, and it triggered a whole bunch of calls about backhanded compliments. And man, did you guys all let it fly. We have a lot of people who have been burned by a backhanded compliment.
Especially when it comes to weight.
It's pretty much the number one thing people comment on when they want to compliment you, but, oh, you lost weight. Finally.
Finally.
Finally. I was waiting for you to do that. We'll hear your calls next on The Roula and Ryan Show.